This is Al for Shiny Media and Games Digest. I'm here with Hilmar Petursson, and we're going to talk about EVE Online. First of all, can you tell us a little bit about EVE Online?
Yes, EVE Online is a massively multiplayer game, which we released in 2003.
Yep.
It involves sort of a space fighting trading kind of a approach. It's set in the future, and the sort of basic premise is that you're a pilot of a spaceship, and you trade minerals between solar systems. You go out and hunt NPC pirates, or that is sort of the basic aspect of the game. Okay. But ultimately, what it is about it's a large society of 200,000 people that have really sort of created corporations, alliances, and a large group of people that are basically at competition with each other for resources within the game.
Yeah. And so apart from the sort of sci-fi and space aspects of it, what's the real difference between its structure and that of something like World of Warcraft?
Yeah. I think the most obvious structural difference is it all takes place on a single shard, right, so that everybody is playing together, whereas World of Warcraft is many little shards which don't interconnect. And also there's quite a severe death penalty to the game.
Right.
So if another player attacks you and he explodes your spaceship, you experience real loss in the game.
Okay.
But that is mitigated by being a part of a corporation. There is also an insurance system in the game.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that you have the potential of losing assets while playing the game makes it more exciting, in my opinion, because you're really risking something, and that sort of heightens the overall sort of emotions that you go through. Well, if somebody were to attack you and you make a close escape, then your blog post is like.
Okay. And normally MMOs, they start with a really big user base and that sort of steadily drops off over time. Is that what's happened with EVE? Or?
No, we have grown very consistently, about 80% each year, and we're now just about to top 200,000 people. We have really 187,000 players that subscribe to the game, and I think it's a testament to the quality of the game and our sort of commitment to developing it onwards. Yeah. Because we have made a great many additions and improvements to the game since it got released in the past 4 years.
Okay. And so, yeah, obviously there must be a sort of core of long-term players.
Yes.
Who are in there. But how do you go about enticing new players into an existing franchise? The game has been going so long.
Yes. Yeah. It actually is a well-organized group of new players can really sort of disrupt the whole dynamics of the game, because it's more organization and discipline that makes you good at EVE Online rather than how long you have played the game. Certainly there is value in having a character that has a lot of money and has a lot of skills, but you could usually, by focusing on one aspect of the game, you can catch up to the people that have been there for a long time. Okay. So new players certainly have a chance, and usually the best way is to join one of the existing corporations and start there sort of at the bottom and work yourself up the ranks, and that is exciting to do. Yeah. Often you're doing things that the people that have played the game for a long time no longer get enjoyment from, but there are still exciting things to do. Yeah. So if you were to join the game now, make sure that you will get a lot of recruitment offers. Accept one, and that's really where the game starts.
Okay. So you mentioned that the game's evolved over time. What are the upcoming future changes that you made?
Yeah, we're now in the final phases of an improvement set which we've been working on for years now, which is updating all the graphics in the game. So the graphics is still awesome in my opinion, but the world has sort of caught up to us. So it's no longer impossibly awesome. There are games that are getting close to us, but we want to get even further ahead again.
And that's through DirectX 10.
It's more through migrating our engine over to shaders It used to be a fixed function pipeline engine, but now it's a shader engine. And I mean, whether it's DirectX 10 or DirectX 9, that's more like a specification than an architecture. Okay. So I mean, as long as you have a graphic card that can do shader level 3 type shaders, then you should be fine with the update.
So when that change comes through, though, will that mean that there are older players with older hardware that won't be able to?
No, you will still be able to play the old content. Okay. So this shouldn't hurt the game's ability to run on old computers.
Yeah, in your keynote, you said that your company, CCP, had some financial difficulties when first getting Eve onto the market. Until you had to turn to self-publishing. Yep. Now that we have these new DirectX standards that require X millions of polygons and things like next-gen content, how plausible do you think it is for a small company like CCP was to now start up and do what you did? Is it more difficult now?
It's more difficult now, certainly. But I think if somebody has the idea to fund a game development company today, it's better maybe to focus on more of parts of the industry that have less barrier of entry and build up a company through that, and then you can move over to the AAA arena that is spinning up to the tens of millions of dollars, because there's a lot of interesting investment opportunities, because I mean the games industry is getting to be quite a substantial business. Yeah. So if you build a track record for your company and your team through doing more like either work for hire, casual games, mobile or downloadable PC games, something that isn't fortified by these immense budgets, then you certainly have an opportunity to get people to invest in a grand MMO idea if you have that track record, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One of the future updates to Eve is going to be introducing player avatars.
Yes.
Is that right? And that's presumably just to enhance the social aspects of it.
Yes.
Have you seen? Because this reminded me of PlayStation Home.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything about that? What do you think of the mechanics of Eve's player avatars is simply to facilitate social interaction, but the background is still going to be the core of space combat and resource mining. How do you think it can work for a game that's based entirely around avatars in a social interaction with nothing else?
Well, as we're not trying to do that, I'm not sure how it will work out. But I mean, you see a lot of social networking sites and a lot of sort of social networking concepts happening now on the web, which I think Home is trying to do in 3D or virtual reality. So maybe it will work. I just haven't given it that much thought, because we have always maintained this vision that the world in which you do this has to make sense from a social standpoint, economical standpoint, from like you have to give people an outlet for their emotions through conflict, and you have to create a whole sort of versatile experience out of it. So we're more increasing that in our case, whereas other approaches are maybe going purely social without the other mechanics. But I mean, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We're at least focusing on the other things.
Yeah. Do you think? Can you see more MMOs going onto home consoles?
I think MMOs are going to pop up in a lot of formats, whether it's mobile, casual on the web, whether it's full AAA experiences, console experiences, or whatnot. I think overall the concept works, and I mean there are games like World of Warcraft, Eve, and I mean all the MMOs that are out there, they've proven it, and I think that this is gonna spring out in all the different formats that you have available.
That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.